Negotiations are supported by the PRC. It will support a peace conference that brings all sides together and is recognized by Ukraine and Russia. Chinese President Xi Jinping said this during his 6-day European tour. As Western analysts noted, Beijing's position is not very different from the so-called Chinese peace plan, which was released in February 2023. In particular, it criticizes anti-Russian sanctions and talks about resuming direct negotiations between Ukraine and Russia. At the same time, China also declares respect for the sovereignty of all countries, and it does not allow the use of nuclear weapons. This plan was supported by Budapest. This was stated by the Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban during a meeting with the Chinese leader.
Hungary is urging immediate ceasefire and peace talks, and we support all international efforts towards peace, and thus we support the Chinese peace initiative presented by President Xi Jinping.
However, Viktor Orban is the only European politician who has spoken in favor of the Chinese peace plan. On May 8th, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky invited Hungarian Prime Minister to the Global Peace Summit in Switzerland. The agenda of the summit includes the implementation of the Ukrainian Peace Formula.
I had a lengthy and focused call with Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban and invited him to the peace summit. Hungary's position is important to us in terms of bringing peace closer and our shared regional security. Volodymyr Zelensky, President of Ukraine, on social network X.
According to Euroactiv, from the point of view of Western diplomats, it is important that Beijing, Moscow's most vital partner now, takes part in the global summit. At the same time, Brussels hopes that with Chinese President Xi Jinping traveling to Europe, it will be possible to convince Beijing that it is in its interest to play a more active role in ending the war in Ukraine.
This European tour, it is precisely aimed at strengthening relations between Europe and China, and on the other hand, to push forward the so-called peace initiatives. In any case, there is nothing comparable to the Ukrainian plan. I mean, in any case, in the Chinese peace plan there is support for Ukraine's sovereignty, but there's no way out there. How to make sure that the Russian Federation withdraws its troops?
Switzerland is preparing to hold a global peace summit in June to approve the Ukrainian 10-point peace plan proposed by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. It requires, among other things, the withdrawal of Russian troops from the country's territory, the restoration of Ukraine's territorial integrity, the release of all prisoners of war and deportees, the prevention of ecocide in Ukraine, and the punishment of those responsible for war crimes. More than 160 countries from every continent have been invited to the summit, except for Russia. Some analysts suggest that China has big economic and geopolitical reasons to participate in the talks. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Христина Домбровська, UATV News.